Hello, and welcome back to JM Football, and welcome back to StatHead2Head, brought to you by SeatGeek. This is personally one of my favorite series that we do on this channel. I'm going to give you two players, either it's their careers or it's a given season, and you got to tell me which statistical category that player is better in. I even like creating storylines too. Like sometimes, like, hey, a player is not a Hall of Famer, and a player is a Hall of Famer, but the player that's not a Hall of Famer may have better stats. That's what makes this really fun, and I hope you enjoy it. Like, comment, and subscribe. Your Stat Head-to-Head.
Approximate value.
Oh.
So, I'm wondering if era comes into play. I don't know. I'm going to say Dan Marino had a higher value, but Stafford's hurt to begin his career, though he's been a workhorse, an Iron Man, if you will, more recently.
Stafford's been around since 2009.
Yes.
Yes?
Yep, that
First
was
of all,
his rookie year.
Good job by me.
Good job, Jolly Olive.
Thank you.
Dan
That's
Marino.
16 seasons.
Yeah, well, Dan has
I'm
I think he has a
shitting mad.
decent amount of more passing touchdowns, which is the one I'm confident is a green, which should give him the green in this one as well.
Like, he's on some all-time lists.
Yes.
So I'm comfortable putting him up there for AV.
I'm going to say Dan Marino. How do we lock this in? Do we say Justin Penik? Our answer is Dan Marino.
I trust that answer's locked in, and it is Dan Marino.
Okay.
I'm going to say Dan Marino.
Yeah,
Hall
they're,
of Famer.
they're similar enough that I would go
Yeah.
Dan Marino.
Dan Marino, final answer.
Oh.
That didn't show us anything.
So dramatic.
Oh, blow him out of water.
1 for 1.
Is Matt Stafford a completion percentage guy?
Like, he plays in an era where that's, like, even more appreciated.
Dan was a gunslinger. Slinger.
Dan Marino was like the original, I don't want to say gunslinger, but like he was such a super pass heavy guy in the 80s. He's like one of the first guys to like be, oh shit, this guy could ball out. But nowadays, people are more efficient with their passes.
Stafford's early seasons, though, are probably not very high.
Yes.
Because he has one. I mean, he has a great weapon, but he has one weapon.
I would assume that
Design
I would
plays
assume
like
that
that.
his Rams tenure, he's a high completion percentage guy, just because of how they run that offense.
Yeah, they like just do some more like stuff that's kind of guaranteed to be a completion.
Yeah, this is one of the categories where I actually think it might be Stafford.
I'm down for Stafford.
Are we gaming the game and just going Stafford?
I don't think we are, because I
I
think
think it makes logical sense that he would be higher.
because I'm pretty sure Marino's going to have pass yards and tutties.
I would agree with both of those.
So let's give completion percentage
Yeah,
to Matthew Stafford.
To Matthew, not Matt. Matthew Stafford, completion percentage. Yeah. Yeah.
We're gonna say Matt Stafford for completion percentage.
Matthew, per Trevor Plouffe, he does not.
Matthew Stafford.
Thank
sorry.
you. You are correct.
Look at that.
Nice.
Look at that.
Nice.
Look at that. I wonder how much closer it was before we went to the Rams.
Yards, Dan Marino was the leader for a while, I believe, until Brett Favre overtook him.
Then Drew Brees overtook him.
Peyton.
Whatever.
Then Tom. Then Drew Brees.
Thank you.
Peyton.
Debating Manning.
But this could be one of those
kinda
weird
don't
ones where
care.
like Stafford has more passing yards, but maybe Marino might have like more per game.
Like, or like other way around. Like
Other way
Marino still
around?
just like has like the years on him.
Yeah, I think yards we can be Marino. Stafford's
Well-
played for a long time, and he has an era where he played, but Marino threw a lot. So let's say Dan.
Oh, it's
Barely,
closer
yeah.
than I thought it would
He'll
be.
pass it next year.
I think I want to go Matthew Stafford.
on total passing yards, I think I'm with you. He's got the higher
think
completion
so.
percentage. That's a head
They
start.
like throw more passes per game in this era.
We're gonna go with Matthew Stafford for passing yards total with concern. There
Oh,
was
it's
concern.
real close.
Oh, it's so
It's real
close. Less than half a
when does this
season?
come out? I mean, this
Yeah,
might not be out
seriously.
till November, and he's got them.
Passing TDs, I believe Marino has 420, maybe 419. So do we think Matthew Stafford has more than that? I don't think so, but I think
Let's
it's close.
just do some rough guesstimation math. For him to have, let's say, 425, so that's 15, so it's 14. My brain hurts. Let's go with Marino.
Dan Marino. That's great math, Jolly.
There was something there, and then
It could have been.
and then I lost it. Good. Wow, the weed number.
The next one we know the answer because Dan, I believe, is
Yeah.
like 5th or 6th all time in passing touchdowns.
I think it's got to be.
Dan Marino.
You are correct. Nice.
Yeah.
420. Nice. Nice.
Can I be honest?
No.
I knew that because of when I was younger, it was the weed number.
Comment
Stay
down
off
below.
the weed.
Comment down below your favorite drug. Interceptions. I would actually lean Stafford here.
Stafford's probably
just throwing a higher volume of throws, but those are probably generally safer.
Less slingy. Plus, there's no way this is going to be a Marino wipe on the board, right? Logically thinking.
Yeah.
Like
I do
playing
love the
chess
game
here.
to game. So it's been Marino,
Stafford, Marino.
So it's Stafford's turn.
I think it feels like it might be Stafford's turn.
If they weren't so far apart in touchdowns, I think this would be harder. I think it is Marino. Although, we want the one who has less. Fuck.
Right.
That's confusing.
I would say
Because we're always picking who had the better stat.
I would say Stafford has less interceptions.
Shake your hand. You haven't been wrong yet, so I'm not going to doubt you.
Stafford has less interceptions.
Stafford has less.
Wow.
Beep, beep.
Yeah.
By 70, that's a lot.
It's feeling like Stafford,
feels like-
Stafford, Marino. No, Stafford, Marino. Stafford, Marino. Stafford.
The second we started saying, so is the answer Stafford has less, my insides didn't like the sound of that. So I think I want to say Marino has fewer interceptions.
We're locking in Dan Marino has fewer interceptions than Matt Stafford. And we were wrong by a lot. I had a bad feeling.
Wow,
Dan was a slinger,
it's a
man.
lot more. Okay.
He was a super slinger.
This is an interesting one. Passing yards per game, right? Stafford's played more games per season because of more as of late with the 17 games.
Right.
So, if when we do math, the per game is going to be different.
Passing yards per game, I feel good about Stafford. Like
Yeah, I
guys,
agree.
guys just like throw a ton.
Volume. Although Dan has
We
more
kinda don't
total
care.
passing yards, but I think this is the volume in this era. Matthew Stafford
Yes.
passing yards per game.
Yes, good
Yes.
job.
But it is close.
Oh, boy, it is close.
Who are Dan Marino's running backs? Anyone significant?
Not that I can think of.
I would lean Stafford then.
Why?
Gut.
All right.
What is
Who
that?
are his running backs? I
Yeah,
don't
but
know.
to be fair, who was Matthew Stafford's running backs in Detroit? Theo Riddick?
Justin Forsett, 1 year. Yeah, he was a line.
Hey, Amir Abdullah,
Amir Abdullah?
Reggie Bush.
Joik Bell?
Theo
Reggie
Johnson? No, Theo
Theo
something.
Riddick.
Theo Riddick, thank you.
Carryon Johnson?
Oh my god, he was really good 1 year. I think it was 2014 or something.
We're going to go, shit. Stafford per game.
Stafford has more yards per game.
Maybe.
He
Yeah.
does.
Why'd you laugh at me? I was right.
How much does those extra interceptions hurt the overall quarterback rating? Like, does that shorten the gap? Like, how far off is quarterback rating from AV generally? I'm not a huge AV nerd. I'd love to learn. He's not going to answer that question. Smart man. He's a smart host right there. He's learning from Lucas Diversa.
The data from the previous 3 rows makes me think it's Stafford.
Unless they changed how they calculated it, I would say Stafford.
Because that's a better touchdown to interception rate and it's more yards per game.
Yes.
So I would go Stafford.
Matthew
QBR.
Stafford, please.
And isn't it crazy that it's a football thing where QB rating, everybody knows that it's out of 158.3, but if you say QBR, it's out of 100? just football things.
QB rating. Matt Stafford.
Today I learned. Thank you.
Stafford.
We're going to say Matthew Stafford has the higher quarterback rating, Justin Penik.
Yes!
Yes!
By a
That's
good little
huge.
bit right there,
That's
too, might I
huge.
add. Dude, Marino was slinging it out there.
Oh,
Comes down
now
to
we're on the
Pro
road
Bowls.
that doesn't matter. Fuck.
Yeah. Pro Bowls don't matter.
Jolly's a big Pro Bowl hater, and I love
I'm
it.
a Pro Bowl hater.
I feel like Stafford's been one of those dudes that, like, he'll make it, then he won't, then he'll make it, then he won't. It's been like that
Marino
for a
was
long
kind of one
time.
of them ones for his time. for
Yeah.
sure.
See, I wasn't alive for it, so I don't remember if he
I
was
wa-
like,
like-
nasty and underrated, or if he was like a perennial Pro Bowler. I don't know.
I think it's Marino. And if I'm wrong, you can slap me on the hand.
No.
Dan Marino, Pro Bowls.
Dan Marino Pro Bowls, please.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
By a fuck ton.
Got you.
We're gonna say Dan Marino has more Pro Bowls.
And you'd be right.
Wow. We overthought that. I overthought that. You didn't. I overthought that. Wow.
More than one.
If we would have said Matt Stafford on the Pro Bowlers.
That would have been tough.
Auto ejection from the channel.
This trivia is sponsored by SeatGeek. As you know, the MLB season is underway, and the NBA and NHL playoffs are also heating up. And with SeatGeek, the MLB's official ticket marketing place, your tickets are fully guaranteed and instantly fulfilled in your account after purchase. No more anxiety and waiting for tickets to show up. And you know SeatGeek, they're the #1 rated ticketing app in the entire world, and you know how you know you're getting a good deal. Green means good, red means bad, and each ticket is rated on a scale of 1 to 10 as well. So download the SeatGeek app right now. Use code JAMFootball2025 for 10% off. That's 10% off any tickets with promo code JAMFootball2025. Back to the video.
I feel like Andre had a better peak, and it was like actually kind of extended.
Andre Johnson.
Yeah, Anquan was really good. They're both really good. I would say Andre too, but all of this is going to be very close.
Yeah.
Andre Johnson.
For AV.
AV
Yes.
higher. Okay.
Never lost.
Very good.
Andre Johnson, final answer.
And you guys are right.
Wow, it's close. Wow, that is close. Now, for receptions, I'll be honest. I think it's actually Anquan Boldin. I think he had a couple 100 catch seasons, if I'm not mistaken.
Andre's really. I think they're both top 15 all time.
But wasn't Anquan on a handful of teams where he wasn't wide receiver 1?
Yeah. Cardinals, Niners, Ravens. Those were his big teams. Andre just had that the Houston stretch. Indianapolis, Tennessee doesn't count.
Oh, it counts up here.
for this game, it counts.
It does, but it doesn't.
Counts up here.
In this game, it could be the difference between somebody being ahead and
Anquan
somebody
Boldin.
being behind.
I'm going with him.
I feel good about Anquan being touchdowns later on, just leaking that. And then I feel good about Andre Johnson being yards, I think.
Andre would
So
pop off like $150
So
in fantasy. Oh, my boy. Yeah. So we cool with leading Boldin on receptions?
I'm good with Boldin on receptions.
Anquan Boldin on receptions. Final answer.
guys are
Hey!
Yeah, we're going to go Anquan. Yeah. By 14. Holy shit.
Still never lost.
That's very impressive.
I'm helping.
Yes, you are.
I'm helping.
Yards, I would say Andre.
I'll come right out of the gate and tell you, I'm back over and with you when it comes to the yards on Andre Johnson.
I like Andre
Just
Johnson
like
for
Boldin
yards.
had those peak reception seasons. Andre had a couple monster yard seasons. So I
Yeah.
think I'm with Andre Johnson here on total yards. Final answer.
You
Hey!
Feeling
I think so too.
Andre
That
Johnson
one
yards.
feels
Even though he has
favorable.
14 less catches, I think he's got more yards. Andre Johnson,
He's
yards.
so dramatic.
Yep.
We added the one.
Andre Johnson, kind of famously, not a touchdown guy for at
Yeah.
least several of those years. It
wasn't Julio Jones bad, but
he's not
yeah.
getting. He's just putting up numbers before that.
Plus, sometimes he was just out there getting ejected for beating up cornerbacks.
Yeah.
One of the
That
best
won't help.
moments in NFL history.
I would also give tutties
To Andre Johnson. Anquan scored a little bit, but I'm with you too. Andre Johnson.
Andre Johnson.
More touchdowns.
Wow.
It's our first
Gotcha moment.
perfect game gone.
Gotcha
We went
moment.
very far with the perfect game.
That was
though.
very good.
Very
I'm
good.
very proud of us.
All right, so we're going to go Anquan Boldin on touchdowns.
I like Boldin for touchdowns.
Anquan Boldin is our final answer for touchdowns. Yeah, we are cooking.
Yes.
Let's go. This is my era.
And the biggest gap so far. It's we had that.
So here's the interesting thing. He's got 400 more total yards, but something's telling me he played a season or two less. So does that automatically make him the yards per game? Is this the one where he's got a little bit of a gap advantage? Because I know Boldin was banged up a few times, but I feel like he played longer, if I'm not mistaken.
Yards per game. I think I'd say Andre again.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Catch rate.
Andre Johnson, final answer on yards per game.
Yeah.
Bang.
Oh, yes.
Go. We're right back in there.
This is funny. So it's targets to receptions.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Anquan.
I'm also going to
And
say
my
Anquan.
logic is Andre played with so many shitty quarterbacks
Oh,
in
that's
Houston
interesting.
that they probably it was only him for such a long period of time where he was the main target and they were just going to give him 15 targets a game and say,
I was just
go
also
get yours, buddy.
Going with the very basic logic of he's going to be more covered. His routes are harder.
I feel like Boldin may have gotten used close at the line of scrimmage more than Andre Johnson did throughout his career. There was some slot usage from Boldin throughout the years, which makes this stat a little bit skewed his direction. It'll be hard to talk me off Andre Johnson because of that. He was primarily an X receiver.
That sounds like an awfully informed opinion for me to even try to deviate from it when I'm in my head, I'm pure coin.
Okay, so with that said, I need this one to be Anquan Boldin, Justin Penik. It's probably not.
Shelfy, I think that's a great reasoning.
Wow.
It's a great reasoning.
Closer than I thought,
Crazy.
Anquan. We're at the same spot.
I support Anquan.
Bye. Close enough.
This is a good one, Penik. You
tough.
found a really good one here.
I think I'm on Andre for Pro Bowls.
I think so too. I'm just trying to think of because he was hot at the end of Chad Johnson's career, I can't think of who else at the time in the AFC could have been like clogging it up. I mean, that's like towards the end of Reggie White, maybe like Wes Welker or Reggie Wayne, maybe Wes Welker.
Pro Bowl, I would say
Andre Johnson. Based on name value
Yeah,
alone.
That's exactly what we're going for, Andre.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
This
think
is an Andre Johnson. Yeah, this is Andre Johnson. He had to have ripped off like 6 or 7 in a row, I think.
Oh,
7.
Bang, look
only
at that.
3 for Boldin's. I would have guessed he had 5.
I feel like there's like
That's one of the bigger gaps.
There's like a voter stigma on slot receivers too.
Yeah.
You got to be putting up like monster numbers for them to vote slot over X. Like CeeDee Lamb type. You got to be a CeeDee Lamb level good.
Define success rate for the viewers at home.
A successful reception gains at least 40% of the yards required on first down, 60% of the yards required on second down, and 100% of the yards required on third or fourth down. Basically, who was the more efficient receiver?
I would say Andre Johnson.
It would be Andre Johnson.
Okay.
That's what I would say. Okay.
Barely, but yeah. What the hell? Great job.
We only got one wrong?
One wrong?
No one's beating us.
We're going to say Andre Johnson is the success rate.
Andre Johnson.
Oh my goodness! Yes, sir! What a round!
Wow.
What a round!
Oh, boy. Good luck.
Just say good luck.
I don't know.
Okay.
They're old. I know their names.
Good.
This is tough because I'll say, and I've said this in some of the trivia videos, pretty much anything prior to 1990, I'm not an expert. Like, I couldn't tell you the longevity of the careers between, like, Jim Brown and Eric Dickerson and Barry. Like, I don't know the longevity. I know who was good and who wasn't.
I know, like that was a great.
Yeah, but I don't know who was a 10-year career and who
Jim
was a
Brown,
4.
1957, you got together with the boys for the fantasy draft. Jim Brown's the number 1 pick. And then you would have known his career if you're drafting Jim Brown number 1.
I was born in 1999, though.
You were not. You were not.
No way.
AV. Jim Brown.
Hall of Famer.
Yes.
I
I was wrong.
would have said Marshall Faulk.
I don't know. Jim Brown was like a shorter career, I feel
just
like, but
go-
he was awesome.
First of all, are you looking at the same? Look at how big Jim Brown's hands are.
My heavens, you're right.
I am just
Those are
seeing
some
this
mitts.
now.
We're gonna go with Jim Brown for value. First answer, final answer. Lock it in.
They were just giving that thing to
His
him.
hands are huge. Oh, I was wrong.
Whoa.
Marshall.
Kind of a lot.
That is a huge number. But I will say yards per attempt, I'm right back to Jim Brown. Because I think Marshall's going to take all the receiving stuff. And I think Jim Brown's got like the basic rushing stats.
The receiving's juicing his AV.
It is. It's juicing
That's
his AV.
totally how it works.
Juicing it.
And I know that's how it works. Totally, I know that.
Jim Brown yards per attempt.
Lock it in.
Jim Brown yards per attempt.
Yes, good bounce.
Bang. 5.2. Woo.
Let's go.
Yards per attempt,
Faulk.
Marshall Faulk. Definitely Marshall Faulk. I named the next couple.
Okay,
Marshall
let
Faulk.
let the record show you got the first one wrong.
Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
Marshall Faulk.
Marshall Faulk.
Wait!
There's no wait.
I'm sorry.
I'm with Penik.
Sorry, yeah, can I full disclosure before I did say wait before he revealed it. I was reading rushing yards, not yards. I swear on Wade Miley.
Rushing yards, we will do Marshall Faulk.
No, we will do Jim Brown.
Okay.
Rushing yards, we will do Jim Brown.
I skipped yards per attempt because rushing yards is definitively Jim Brown. Yards per game, definitively Marshall.
This guy doesn't know his
Marshall.
olds.
While Charlie was on vacation, I did this a ton of the microphone.
I feel like I do it better. You do it real better.
Yeah, but this is where it gets tough because Jim Brown played less games. And let me also note, I think Jim Brown has the total rushing touchdowns. I think Marshall Faulk has receiving touchdowns and would have total touchdowns, but I think Jim Brown has the rushing touchdowns. So
Rushing yards.
Jim Brown,
Let's
rushing
go.
Yards.
Time.
Let's
time.
go. Penik.
Time.
I did it.
Penik.
Time.
Penik.
Let's
Penik.
go.
I did it.
Let's
go.
go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
No story.
Let's go.
And I was still wrong.
Oh my! No, we were right. We said Jim Brown.
my brain is Faulk, Brown.
Yeah.
We're going to
I'm
say
okay with
Marshall Faulk has the total rushing yards. Final answer. Oh my gosh. By 40? 40 yards? 40?
It's pretty evil.
That is disrespectful. You made this list off of that stat. I know it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
did. That stat is was like, oh, we're doing these two.
Yep.
I know it.
That's
So
exactly
yards
what I
per
did.
game is definitely, well, wait. Yeah, it's definitely Jim Brown
I
then.
think it has to be.
Jim Brown, yards per game.
Wait, no, hold on. It's enough out of you.
Why? I think it's Jim,
Jim,
Brown.
it's Jim Brown.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Fun fact about Jim Brown: he is the all-time
All-time
leader
leader.
in yards
Yeah,
per game.
very fun fact.
I'm 2 for 2 on
I
this
want
one. You're 0
to.
for 2.
You know what I think? That's not true. I think
It
Jamal.
is.
I think Jamal Charles is like up there, too.
I love Jamal Charles.
It's either yards per attempt or yards per game. Viewers, comment below. I don't know.
Jim Brown, yards per game. Lock it in.
Pretty sure Jim Brown also holds the record for the most yards per game, like the NFL all-time record. 104.3. Great rock station in New York City, by the way.
All right, and I guess I think this is rushing touchdowns has to be Jim Brown, right? He's on every other rushing category, and Marshall Faulk's going to take the receiving touchdown.
Yeah, we have him earmarked for both receiving categories.
Rush touchdown, Marshall Faulk, easy.
Go with Jolly.
Oh, you and your slim margins.
We're going to say Jim Brown has the rushing touchdown. Yes. All right, cool.
Pro Bowls,
Marshall Faulk.
who cares, you know?
I don't know if the Pro Bowl existed when Jim Brown played.
Now, here's the question. Did Jim Brown rip off a Pro Bowl every year?
Like, I think he was like face of the league when he was like. I don't think they could like get away with doing a Pro Bowl and not having him show up.
Because I wouldn't be shocked if Marshall Faulk's Pro Bowls is in like the 5-6 range.
Marshall Faulk.
I haven't thought of it yet.
Pro Bowl might not have been a thing.
Marshall Faulk?
Marshall-
I don't know if the Pro Bowl existed back in the day.
Marshall.
it did.
Oh, my God.
So we want to go with Jim
I
Brown?
think Jim Brown for Pro Bowls.
We're going to say Jim.
I don't think they could get away with having a Pro Bowl and not putting Jim Brown in there.
I agree.
So
Jim Brown Pro Bowl's final answer.
Yeah.
Yes! Oh, we got 7 on Marshall Faulk, too. Nice.
real close, real close.
Next two, Marshall Faulk. Receptions, Marshall Faulk. Reception touchdowns, Marshall Faulk. And
Book
just
it.
get us out of here.
Book it. Yes. Finish strong.
All right. Now, I think the next two answers are the same.
I think we're good to just say Faulk.
Faulk.
He's gonna be one of them.
Faulk.
Yep.
And
Yes.
Faulk
Yes,
winners.
yes.
BBD champ.
Champ.
There we go.
Champ with the final score of 20, beating Dalton and Jolly by 1.
Losers.
The winner of the stat head-to-head. It's BBD and Shelfy.
Look at that. Who's seen that coming? How about that, Dalt?
Hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe. Subscribe to Shelfy. Subscribe to Talking Yanks. And love you all. See you next time.
Love.